Yes, good morning children. So in last class we have started chapter number 7, showing concern for animals. And in last class we have seen human beings to just satisfy their greed, they are killing, they are hunting and domesticating animals for their use. Okay. So today and in last class we have seen more than 6,000 of cocoons. More than 6,000 of cocoons of the silkworm are killed to get silk. Okay. And how much? 6,000. By killing 6,000 of cocoons we get 1 kg of silk. Okay. So today we will see what is cocoon and how silk is obtained. Okay. So let's see how silk is obtained through a video that I am going to show you. Watch it carefully and uh, watch it carefully. Okay.
You must have seen that mom wears beautiful soft and shiny saris on special occasions. The texture, beauty and the luster of the fabric grabs a lot of attention and appreciation. But
So everyone in functions, everyone wants to look good. So mostly our mother and the girls especially, they wear silk cloths. है ना? So how we get this type, the silk, how this silk cloth is made? Let's see.
what is this fabric exactly? It's nothing but silk. Yes, we have come across this term several times. Let us now understand what silk is and how the fibers are obtained. To start with, can you tell me the source of silk fibers? Is it a plant or any animal?
So what is the source of silk fiber? In last class I have told you what is the source of silk fiber. We get silk from plant or from animal? Yes. So the source of silk fiber is a animal, that is
It's an animal.
silkworm.
This small worm called a silkworm gives us silk threads. But how can we get threads from such tiny creatures? And how many threads can this little one give us? Let's get to know the complete process by understanding the silkworm's life.
So how we get the silk from this tiny creature, that is silkworm? So to understand this, first we need to understand the life cycle of silkworm. So let's see what is the life cycle of silkworm. Okay.
Cycle. To begin with, the first stage is where the eggs are laid by the female moth on leaves.
So life cycle of a silkworm is divided divided in 5 stages. Okay. So let's see what are those stages. So first
Process by understanding the silkworm's life cycle. To begin with, the first stage is where the eggs are laid by the female moth on leaves.
So first
plant
stage is where silk moth, that butterfly moth, female moth lays egg on the leaf. And what type of leaf? Let's see.
are preferred by the moths? It is the leaves of plants like mulberry which are preferred.
So which leaves are preferred? On which on which type of leaf they lay egg? Female moth lay egg. So they generally preferred mulberry leaves. Okay. Only they preferred this type of leaf because this is the food for them. So female moth lay the egg on mulberry leaves. So first stage becomes the egg stage. Okay.
Egg stage is the first stage. The next stage is where the eggs develop into larvae. Larvae are forms that appear somewhat like this. Yes, the worm-like structures. The larvae grow in size by feeding themselves on the mulberry leaves. So the growth in these is gradual. The growth stages of these.
So the second stage is larvae stage. In this stage, in first stage where female moth lays the egg, in second stage it develops into a very thin, small worm-like structure. Okay, and they start feeding on this larvae start feeding on the mulberry leaves on which that female moth has laid the egg. Okay. Now this again this they gradually increase in size. This tiny worm-like structure, they gradually increase in size by feeding on this mulberry
Larvae
leaf.
are also given a scientific name. The stages are called instar. In literal terms,
So
instar
this
means
gradual increase in their shape, size. So the scientific name for this gradual increase in their structure is called instar. Okay.
the phase between the two molting processes of the insect larva.
So what
in
is
this
instar? Instar is a phase between the two molting process of the insect larva. Okay, two molting process means the first stage where it is very tiny silk, tiny worm-like structure, and the uh, last stage where it has increased in his
case,
size.
we can say the larvae grow into first instar, second instar, third instar, and so on till they feed themselves enough.
So, instar again larvae stage is divided into 4 stages, that is first instar, second instar, third instar, and fourth instar. So what is happening in these stages? They are gradually increasing in size by feeding on mulberry leaves. So first instar stage, they are very tiny worm like structure, and in the last stage, that is fourth instar stage, they have feeded on this mulberry leaves, and they have feeded enough on the mulberry leaves and increase, and they have grown in size. Okay.
Once the larvae are content with the amount of food consumed, that is the leaves, they enter the next stage. This stage is their resting phase.
So first stage is egg stage and second stage is larvae stage. Now next stage is resting phase. Okay, let's see what happens in this
For
stage.
resting, all we need is a cozy cover around.
So now from the word itself, it is clear resting. Whenever you also rest on every human beings, animals, birds, all the living things, they need rest. Okay, so resting means aram karna. So when you go for rest, when you go to bed, what you do? Well, first you go to bed and take the blanket over it, then only and then sleep tight, है ना? So in the same way, this silkworm also, they prepare a coat, a blanket like coat. Let's see what it is.
Ourselves. Just like the blanket that we take while sleeping. Similarly, even these larvae try to make a cover around them. This is when they secrete slimy thread-like structures from their mouth. They swirl their head in all directions when
So this larvae, larvae secrete a thread-like structure from their mouth, and by secreting this thread-like structure, they prepare a coat all over them.
secreting the threads. As a result of this movement, a thick coat of threads gets formed around their complete body. This coat is called the cocoon.
So this coat is called cocoon. They secrete this thread-like structure from their mouth. Okay, and they secrete and they coat their whole body with this structure, and the structure form when they cover their whole body with the thread, the structure that form is called cocoon. Okay.
Did you know that this cocoon is what is of great interest to us? Because it is this structure that will give us the silk threads after we process it.
So we get silk from this this cocoon only. Okay, because what larva is doing, it's secreting thread-like structure from its mouth. So this thread is none other than, it is not other than silk. From this cocoon only we get, after processing, we get silk.
Once the cocoon is formed, the larva inside it starts resting and enters the next stage of its life cycle called the pupa stage.
So till now 3 stages we understand, that is egg stage, larvae stage, and resting stage. So once they form this cocoon, once they enter the resting stage, okay, after this stage they move to pupa stage. What they do there, let's see.
The pupa stage is where the organism is sessile, which means it does not usually move, and it starts developing the organs.
So in pupa stage, in resting phase, they prepared this cocoon. Once they enter this resting resting stage, they rest there, they become sessile. Sessile means they do not move, they are packed in this cocoon. So once they form this cocoon, they move to pupa stage, where they become sessile, means they do not move, they remain inside this cocoon. And in pupa stage they start developing their organ, उनके सारे organs develop होना start होते
which
हैं.
adult moths have. So here, the pupa rests inside the cocoon and starts developing into an adult. After it develops,
In pupa stage, in cocoon, it starts developing its organ, and it becomes, from pupa stage it moves to adult
completely,
stage.
the next stage, that is the adult stage, is reached. The mature moth is now ready to break the cocoon and fly away. This is the complete life cycle of a silk. After it develops completely, the next stage, that is the adult stage, is reached.
So after, in pupa stage, what they are doing, they are resting in the pupa stage. They start developing the organs, okay, that are in adult. Okay, so after pupa stage they move to adult stage.
The mature moth is now ready to break the cocoon and fly away.
So in adult stage, when their organs are fully developed, when they are fully matured, they break the cocoon and they come out. And what comes out? A full a moth. Okay.
This is the complete life cycle of a silkworm.
So this is the complete life cycle of a silkworm. First stage is egg stage, second is larva, third is resting phase, and fourth is pupa stage, and the last one is adult stage. Okay.
So now can you tell me how silk is obtained from these animals? The cocoon is the main source of silk threads. Once the pupa develops into an adult and flies away leaving the cocoon behind, the cocoons can be collected and the threads are...
So just now we have seen that cocoon is of great interest. After when the pupa develop into an adult, the adult break the cocoon and fly away. So from this leftover cocoon, the silk threads, after processing, the silk threads are being taken. Okay, from this threads only silk are processed,
obtained.
silk are made.
The threads in a cocoon are extremely strong. They are surprisingly as strong as steel threads. The processing of these threads...
see, imagine how much the threads are strong. They are strong as a steel thread. इतने strong होते हैं उनके threads.
Further gives us the silk fibers.
So from
In
this
short,
silk thread only
these are
we
the four
prepare
developmental stages
silk.
of a silkworm's life cycle. The eggs come first, then the larval stage,
So these
followed
are
by...
the major stages of a life cycle of a silkworm. What are those? The egg stage, larva stage,
the pupa stage, and lastly the adult stage, where the
okay, and one more stage is in between, that is resting phase. Okay, egg stage, larva stage, pupa stage, and adult stage. But in between larva stage and pupa stage, there comes one more phase, that is resting phase.
Your moths fly out of the cocoon. But how and where do we get these cocoons from? Do we have to go to the forests where the mulberry trees are? Is there any other way to get them? The silkworms are reared in special farms. Rearing of these silkworms is a profitable industry by itself.
So the silkworm are reared. They are the silkworm are produced. They are produced in a farm. Okay, where all these mulberry leaves are placed. आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पे in the picture. So the layer of mulberry leaves are spreaded on the sheet, and there they are grown. Okay.
The practice of culturing silkworms is called sericulture.
So the practice of culturing silkworm is called sericulture. Okay. And in last class we have seen practice of culturing bees is called apiculture. And so the practice of silkworm, practice of bee is called apiculture, and practice of silkworm is called sericulture. Okay.
Next, we will see this beautiful practice of sericulture and understand how silk fibers.
So this is all about what are the stages, life cycle of a silkworm, and what are the stages in the life cycle. So from this silkworm, from the cocoon, we from 6,000 cocoon we get 1 kg of silkworm. Okay. So this is all about in today's class. In next class we will see what is poaching. Okay children.